Welcome back to my channel. Mia's Life Started at 50. All right, today we're going to use some things that you're familiar with, but we're going to kind of put our own spin on it so that you can learn how to cook something different, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Okay? So today we're going to cook lemon butterscotch cake. All right? Get right to it. Okay, we're going to use the coconut oil. We're using Crustez Meyer pound cake mix. We're using Duncan Hines Lemon Supreme cake mix. We're going to use the butterscotch pudding. We're using the Heath milk toffee bits, eggs, both of the mixes. We're using 13.5 tablespoons of real butter, unsalted. We're using the frosting. We've got pure lemon extract, vanilla extract, and we've got unsweetened coconut milk. All right? So these are our ingredients, and we're going to start going ahead and putting all this stuff together. All right? So go ahead and open up your mixes. Okay, we're going to have one bowl for dry and one bowl for wet. So these are the dry ingredients. They're going in this bowl. And that's that whole package. Then we're going to open up the other one. And they're going in this bowl. Okay? That's all your dry ingredients. All right? Then you're just going to take something and just mix this up. You want to go ahead and mix this up before you add your what I call your wet ingredients to it. So then this has got a chance to mix up real well. Okay, you see that? And that's pretty much mixed up really well. Because now the color is all pretty much uniform. So you'll be able to tell. But trust me, if you don't mix it all the way up, I bet you it won't be a piece left of it. I bet you that. Okay? Now what we're doing is we're going to take the 13.5 teaspoons of butter. And we're putting that in there. Real butter, okay? Real butter, unsalted. Okay, we're going to put this in here. And we want to pop this in the microwave real quick. Just a few seconds because we want to melt that. We'll go ahead and get that melted. Okay, we're getting that melted. While we're getting that melted, we're going to be using, let me see how many eggs we're going to use. We're going to use, I say we use 4 eggs. Yeah, let's use 4 eggs. And I'm trying to think, 1 cup of that milk. About 1 cup of this milk should do it. And we have some measuring cups. We're going to use 1 cup of this milk. And then sometimes I freeze my milk, so I like to shake it up before I use it. Okay, and we're taking a whole cup of this coconut milk. All right. Let's see, this might be done. A little bit more time. It's almost there. Okay. These are for last. 2 of these are actually going in the mix. All right, that's our cue. This is done. Okay. Now we've got that butter. It's melted. I'm going to pour on the cup of coconut milk. Okay. We're using 2 things of this pudding. Just going to peel this back. This is the butterscotch pudding. Yeah, go ahead and peel this back and get you something to get that out of there real well. Okay. Get all that out of there. Okay. Let's take and scrape that off the basket. We're just making sure we're getting everything out of there. Oh, we still got some more down in there. We can't have that. Mama can't have that. No. Yeah, get that out of there. All right. Okay. Throw that away. Got one more. I'm gonna put this one in there too. Scrape that on off of there. Yeah, it's going all around. Get that out of there. Yeah. Done a good job of getting that out of there. That butterscotch is tasty, I tell you. Okay, now we're gonna do the 4 eggs. Now, we had our coconut oil out, even though we didn't use it. I chose today to use the real butter, real unsalted butter. But those of you all who are trying to get away from those things, to me, if you're going to use a butter, real butter is the kind to use. Okay, but you can also substitute that for the coconut oil. You know, do a little good, a little bad, so you don't do it all bad. Okay. So now we got those in there. And we're done with that. Okay. Before I add this, okay, we want to, I don't know, y'all. I think this is, what, a cap full? Just do a cap full, because I don't know the measurement on that. That's just something, you know, I do. I do not. And I guess we'll do a cap full on this one too. Let me see. 1 minute. Just now. I wanted to have real lemon juice, but you know, we're using what we got because I'm not going to the store. Okay. And we're going to do 2 capfuls of that. Okay. So sue me. You know, I love lemon. So that's why we're doing that for those. Okay. Now we've got all those ingredients in there. And we semi-mix them up with our little spatula. But we're going to get down to business and use the real boy. And this right here is the real one. And I'll start out on a low cycle most of the time. And then afterwards, I'll pump it up. I feel like the faster you blend it, to me, the more rich and fluffy that cake gets. Alright. Okay, this is finished for here. And now, we're going to add that to our dry ingredients. So now we're just pouring all that in there and adding that to the dry ingredients, okay? And somebody in the house is going to want to lick the bowl, trust me, okay? My brothers always did. Okay, I give it the first couple of stirs myself just to make sure you're getting everything off the sides and all of that. You want to make sure you're getting all that off the sides so that then when you start mixing it, it's going to come together even better. Yeah, so let's turn that bowl. Yeah, I like to, scrape it across that bottom of that bowl. So you're getting all that in there. And get all that off that spoon. So now we get ready to mix it with our mixer. We won't have the ingredients on the spoon. Okay. So now we're going to start to mix that. Okay, we're going to start to mix that and all this other stuff that we're not going to need. No. Don't need. Don't use that. All right, so ready to start mixing this. Ready to start mixing this and making sure all that stuff is in there. Now with the milk, we only used a cup, but I'm thinking maybe we might have needed to use a cup and a half. You know, after I thought about it, I'm thinking a cup and a half, or even a cup, yeah, a cup and a half. We're going to do a cup and a half because I'm looking at the consistency, and you guys know how I cook. I look at everything to see if it's right for me. And I'm thinking that's a little too thick. I mean, we understand it's going to be more like a pound cake, but I'm still thinking that it was just a little not the right consistency. That's why as you grow older and you're cooking, you'll be able to look at something and tell that maybe something's not quite right. Just like, you know, your mama would dip your hand in something and taste it, and she can tell you if it's right or not. That's that same concept. You just get that as the years go on and you get more experience, you're able to do that. Yeah, I'm liking that a little bit better. And I'm going to put another egg in it too. Yeah. I sure am. Yeah. Let's do that one too. If you swirl in that bowl, I'll be mixing that up. All right. I think we've accomplished what we wanted with this mix. Yeah. We definitely accomplished what we wanted. Okay, now we're going to put some oil in both of these pans. Just a little bit. These are the pans we're going to use. Just a little bit. Okay. We'll ride that around. Just take your hand and rub that around. Rub it even on that top edge too. Because we don't want the cake to stick. Okay? And then with this one, you're going to ride it around there. And you're rubbing this all the way in too. And get it on the edges as well. And then if you have some leftover, go and just pour that. Well, it ain't going nowhere, no way. So you're okay. Okay? So now I'm going to pour this cake in here. I don't see my favorite spatula. You know, when I cook, I got favorite things. Okay? So first we're going to do this bundt cake. And all I do is roll it in there and I let it, yeah. Okay, that's all we're going to do. And then this one, we're going to do the same thing. But now this is going in the flat pan. Okay. Now you can use this mixture for whatever you want. You don't have to make a cake. You can do muffins, you know, You can put it in anything and make it up. You know, whatever you like. Muffins, cupcakes, whatever. You know, that's when you can use it. Okay, now. Pull that off of there. Put that on there. Okay, we're going to taste that. Oh, yeah. That's got a nice, rich flavor, too. Okay. I'm always in a habit of doing this. My mama, my grandma, and my great-grandma always did this when they made cakes. And the cakes never failed. Even when we were in the house running around, acting like we was crazy, the cakes didn't fall. So you just want to do that. And a little extra oil going on there. That's okay. It ain't going to hurt nothing. It ain't going to hurt nobody. Okay, that's already at 350. We want to ride them on in there. And we'll get a look at those when they're done. And then we'll prepare the icing. So we'll be right back. Okay, this is the icing. Okay, we have icing already, but just like we doctored up the cake, we're going to doctor up the icing. Okay, and we're going to take, this is the lemon that goes on there. We're going to use that powder, and I guess we're going to use, let me see, about a tablespoon. Alrighty, need some bottled water. It said 1.5, so we just do half of that. Tablespoons. 1.5 tablespoons of water to that little dry ingredient packet. Yeah, that's like this is the glaze. And that's how we're going to do that. Glaze. Okay. Okay. Now, the cream cheese icing, we're going to use another bowl for that. Okay. And what we're going to do is, we're going to take that butterscotch pudding, put that on down in there. Okay. Now we might say that for later. I can handle that later, okay? And then you go ahead and do your other thing of pudding. I'll let that on in there. Okay, set those aside, and then we're going to take another spoon, a nice little spoonful of this cream cheese icing. Okay, so maybe half. It just depends on how much pudding you use. Now you're going to hang on to this bowl and just start whipping it. Alrighty, and that's pretty much ready. Set that aside until the cake comes out. These cakes Almost done. How you tell if there's done is you take your knife and you're going to stick it in the middle. If it doesn't come out clean, it means it's not done. And you can already see that's not done. So because you see it browning on the edges and you don't want this cake to burn, it's at 350. But what I'm going to do to ensure that the cake doesn't burn, I'm going to turn the heat down. So what I'm going to do is press that bake again, and we're going to come down off of that heat. Take that heat all the way down to maybe 280. And then we're going to push start. And then we're going to let it finish cooking the rest of the way from that temperature because we don't want the cake to burn. Okay? As soon as that cake comes out, we'll get right to putting that icing on it and our last little touches. All right. Looks like this cake is done. Now before, how you seen a lot of the oil around the edge, this is why we did that. You see that? This is exactly why we did that. Okay? We're going to take a plate. Get a plate. First of all, let's go ahead and sit these up here. Sit these up here. Okay. We got our plate. We'll dry that plate off. We're going to put that plate on top of here. Once you put that plate on top of here, you're going to need both of your gloves. Because you don't want to burn your hand. And we're just going to let that sit there and cool off. Okay. Now our cake has cooled down. I want to show you right here. Look, you see this? You see that movement? See that movement? Now we're going to put that cake on top, pan on top. We're going to flip it. See that? That's when you know you did right. All right? We're going to take this other pan. We're going to do the same thing right here with this pan. You're going to place that upside down and you're just going to flip it. There we go. See that? It came out perfect. Okay? So now we're going to take this and we're going to start drizzling that over the pan, over it. Just drizzle it over it. Just keep going around. And it might make a little mess, but that's all right. I'm a type person that I don't really like a lot of icing. So using it like this, sparingly, and mixing up that pudding in it is going to make it of a such that you got icing, but the icing doesn't overtake it. To me, a good cake is when you don't even need icing. If the cake is good and you don't have icing on it, then the cake is good. But if you have to have icing on it for the cake to be good, then the cake's really not good. Okay, you see that? We're going to take that leftover and we're just going to spread that around. Just keep spreading it around. Keep right on spreading it around. Okay? Right on spreading it around. And then you just move it to the edges till it falls over. You got enough to let it run over. See that? Gonna run over on the edges. And that's what you want it to do. Run over on the edges. Just let it go on and run over on the edges until it covers the whole cake. See that? And just ran right over on the edges. And then you just take that spoon and you follow it around. See that? Let that run over the edge. And you follow that around. Now, if you got a nice decorative plate or anything, you can use that too. And then if you see some spots in here that may not be covered like you want them to, then go ahead and put a little bit more on it. Now this lemon ice, it'll set up. So if it sets up, you just add you a little bit more water to it. And stir that around. You want to get a little liquid going. Just stir that around. And get a little liquid going. Okay? And then all you're going to do is put one little drizzle going all the way around. Let that drizzle go all the way around. And then with this, you're going to take this, you're going to let it drizzle. But you're going to go back and forth because you want to get that lemon on there. On there. See that little drizzle? You just need very little of that lemon ice. And you just take that spoon and you just real nicely spread that out. Just want enough to have a hint of that lemon ice on there too. You see how this is doing? Just keep on doing that around the circle. Go on in there. Spin that around. You see that? And that's going to drizzle on down the edge. And just take that spoon, run it around. Okay? Then you're going to take the little toffee things that you had before, put them in your hand, and we're just going to drop them on there. Drop those on there. All the way around. Drop those on there. And you do that till you feel like you got enough. And once you feel like you got enough, just stop, because you don't need much. Okay, and we're doing the same thing on this part. Same exact thing. Just shake it. Same exact thing. Hope you try it out. You can do that with just about anything. Alter it a little bit. Make it your own. What's good is good. All right? Thanks a lot. Like and subscribe. Try it out. Tell me in the comments how you like it. Have a great day. Until next time. Touch, taste, talk, and travel. If you're not traveling, you're not living. Bye-bye.